This is a quick assignment and teaches you a lot of different things in Photoshop. And what I love about it so much is that it teaches you a lot of things, but it's actually in a really fun way. And this is an assignment I came up with, and I wanted to teach the brush tool and also talk about pen pressure and sensitivity and basically using clipping masks in Photoshop, kind of a beginner Photoshop project with pretty awesome results depending on the style you choose and the image you choose. These are all examples that I've created over the past couple weeks with different celebrities mainly, and I found the images on Google Images. So just to be clear, these are not things that I would sell necessarily, just because obviously I'm taking the image. It's not my own image. If it was your own picture, then you could, potentially sell it or, put it in your portfolio or something like that. So these are just ones that I wanted to practice with and play with, and you'll have the opportunity to learn how to do this. So first things first, you're going to find an image, and you can find it on Google Images or upload your own, provide your own image, maybe a selfie or something like that. I'll just type in portrait. It needs to be a picture of a person, and you can work with, whichever picture you want. You probably want it to be a larger size. So under tools, we could change the size to large, and this will ensure that's a nice large photo. We want it to just be a photo. We don't want it to be like a drawing or something like that. We want it to be a picture of an actual person. Again, it can be a celebrity or just a random image that you find. You can easily kind of play around with it. I'm looking for something interesting. Let's see. Sometimes it's tricky, and I might. Oh, I kind of like this. Is really pretty. Except it's got watermarks. We're not going to do that. Let's see here. Maybe even just this one. Okay, we'll go with this one, I guess. I'm going to right click on this and do save image as. We'll just call it portrait. And then we're going to go into Photoshop. We're going to go to open. We're going to open up that image. Okay, so this is our background image at the moment. We're going to unlock this. I'm going to add a layer, and we're going to call that layer BG or background. So I just double clicked on that name there. I'm going to drag that below, and then we're going to do another layer on top. And this is going to be, if I double click on this will be my Scribble layer. All right, so we have our Scribble layer, our background. Don't worry about choosing a background color just yet. One other thing you might run into, and I can see already that I'm stuck in grayscale mode just because the picture is grayscale. If you ever have that where it shows up as grayscale, we'll go up to image mode and we'll just choose RGB color. Say don't merge. There you go. Now I should be able to select my color. Perfect. All right. From here, I'm going to go to my Scribble layer, and I'm actually going to lock this layer 0 just so I don't accidentally draw on that. I want to draw on the Scribble layer. I'm going to go to my brush tool, which is right here. Make sure you have the right tool, not mixer brush, but brush. And we're going to make sure that this is a really small size, like 1 pixel to 4 pixels is mostly what you're probably going to use depending on the size of your image. You can play around with the hardness of the brush, but I usually stick with 100% hardness. And I'm going to show you a couple examples here just to kind of give you an idea. If I go up a little bit in size, like 3 pixels, I'm going to show you with the mouse what it looks like. So this is with the mouse. You can see it's not super impressive, right? It's not very smooth. You could increase smoothing a little bit here and see if that, kind of helps. But personally, instead of using the mouse, I like to use a drawing tablet. And right now I have a drawing tablet plugged in. So I'm going to show you the difference. Here is the mouse, right? Okay. And here is the drawing tablet using the same exact brush. See how I can adjust the pen pressure? I can make it really nice. Like I'm pressing light, and then I'm pressing more firm. So the drawing tablet's going to give you some really nice pen pressure. And if it doesn't do that when you plug it in, you might just have to go into Window, Brush Settings, and adjust the settings in there and making sure that pen pressure is turned on. So I'm going to be using pen pressure. Now we're also going to be doing something called a clipping mask, and I'm just going to show you as an example kind of how this works, and then I'll show you some other things you can try to make this more interesting and more creative. So if I just start scribbling here, I'm going to scribble all over her face, and I'm going to turn off smoothing. We'll do 0% because then it'll go faster. It can lag otherwise. So I'm just kind of scribbling all over her face. It's kind of a good stress reliever all over. Okay. Now, I'm going to unlock that layer 0, and I'm going to drag the scribble layer below the picture. It's really important. You want your picture on top of the scribble layer. And then we can right click on our picture layer. So right click with your mouse and go to Create Clipping Mask. And here you can see the image is starting to show up. Now, sometimes with this checkerboard background, it's a little difficult to see. So I'm going to go ahead and just put in a background color here in my background layer. So I'm going to go to my paint bucket. If you can't find it, you're going to right click and choose Paint Bucket. Click there. I can see her face a lot better now that I have a color there. And now I'm going to go back to my scribble layer with my brush, and from here I could add on to my scribbles and just keep scribbling where I think I want to reveal more of the image. Maybe you're going to do some kind of design. I had an Audrey Hepburn one that I did that was like a flower. It's kind of fun to play around with. And the beauty of this is you can like kind of touch up areas. You still want it to be scribbly. You don't want to like completely, reveal the image, but it gives you the ability to kind of fine tune a little bit. I could just, reveal this side of the image instead of the whole thing. Something like that, okay? So that's just one way to do it. I am going to turn this layer off, and I'll basically release this clipping mask here. I'm going to try a different method, and I'm going to show you how this works. So we have our brush. We're going to go into symmetry. So it says set symmetry options. There are so many different cool things you can do with this. I'll first show you with spiral. I'll show you mandala and radial. There's some really cool stuff, even dual axis. Maybe I'll show you the dual axis first. So I'm going to pull this over, and I'm going to show you kind of how this works. You can adjust this placement wherever you want. I'm going to kind of keep it close to the face since that's the main focus. Go back to your brush tool, and as I'm drawing with my drawing tablet, you're going to kind of see how this works. Cool, huh? So if I go along this axis, it'll go along this one. If I go along this one, it copies it on the opposite side. So again, if I want to drag this up, layer 0, your picture's always on top. You'll right click and do Create Clipping Mask. And then if you go back to your drawing layer, as you keep adding and drawing, you're going to see more of that image. Now, certain images will work better with certain symmetry settings. This one actually works pretty well, I think, because the face is pretty visible here. I could also resize my brush if I want it much smaller. I can get like a really fine line. See how fine that is? Like you could do some really cool work. Ooh. Just do like some swooshes just for fun. So that's one method. Again, we can turn that off. I'll do a new one. I'll show you another method of using the symmetry. Let's try mandala. And we can set the sides. We'll say like 8 sides here. All right. Again, kind of moving it, keeping it on the face. That's what we're looking for. Whoops. There we go. Make sure you're drawing on the right layer. You can see mandala is very satisfying. And I'm going to try a slightly larger brush. Let's go up to 4. Again, you don't want to go too big where it basically covers up the whole thing. But if I do something like that, I can go like that. I probably want it to be more solid on the inside. And let's see how this reveals. It's going to be really fun and satisfying. I'm going to right click on layer 0, create clipping mask, layer 2 here. And then as I add, I'm just kind of doing a slow spiral on the way out. You're going to see her face more and more. I know her eyes are there, so I'm going to add a little more there. Ooh, that's kind of cool. I'm just kind of adding in layers. I could also make a larger brush, something like maybe this. Maybe I do some spots along the edge just to create more of a border. Maybe I go in here and kind of solidify that. Do a little bit there, and it basically will duplicate it on the outside edge. So when I click out of that, you can really see the face. Now, the other cool thing is you can adjust that clipping mask. So if I need to move something around, you can really see how that image can be played around with. It can be very interesting. All right, so that's mandala. Let's do one more, and you can always play with many more if you want. You don't have to use the symmetry either. You can always change the background color. Let's do one more type of symmetry. Let's do the spiral, because I know I did one with the spiral. You can also flip those. So like flipping the spiral, you can rotate the spiral. So don't feel like you have to stick with what it gives you, and you can resize that as needed. Let's go ahead and do our spiral and make sure that's a lot smaller. Let's do 1. And I'll kind of show you what I did for my Shang-Chi image. I'm going to just kind of create this sketchy snail spiral here. Again, anytime you're doing one thing on one side, it's going to do the same thing to the other side. So it's just going to save some time. Drag that down, right click, clipping mask. So I encourage you to try a few different options and kind of see what you like. This is going to help you figure out what style might work best. I'm going to go back and keep going back and forth. And the more I add to this, the more it's going to reveal the image. You can already see it starting to show up. There's her face. If I go across the whole thing, it's kind of duplicating on both sides. That's kind of cool. Now I could also do something like this, where if I want it to be a little more organic, do something like that with my stylus using the drawing tablet. Sorry, it's hard for me to talk and draw at the same time. It's because I'm using that same part of my brain. Here we go. Something kind of like that. So when I turn that off, it has that spiral shape to it, but it's just a little more interesting than if I just scribbled on top, right? Now, if you're not going to do the symmetry, which is just fine, you don't have to do the symmetry. Maybe you want to try to actually draw an image, like draw something representational, like a flower or something like that. So I'll show you that really quick, and we're going to drag that above. And I'm going to make sure my symmetry is off. We're not going to use that anymore. I'll make this a little bit bigger. Go to number 4 here. You have to use the brush, but let's just do like a basic, flower shape here. So again, you could draw whatever you want. You just want to be able to still see the face. Otherwise, it's not as impressive. You'll do like a circle here. This is not my best work, but if you're really good at drawing digitally, you could do some really fun stuff here. You could even trace something if you wanted to. Okay. Drag that layer below. We'll right-click layer 0, create clipping mask, and once again, there you have your design that you could adjust, or I could add to with that drawing. Add more of a circle to the middle of that. There's the petals. Add more of that. So super fun. I highly recommend you kind of mess around with it and see what works best. And then don't forget, you can also play around with your background color. Doing something, lighter, like a light blue, is going to look different than if I did black, right? It kind of changes the image. So play around with your colors. You're going to get some interesting combinations. And, depending on what you're looking for, you can do some really cool stuff. Here, too, if I kept it like this, what I would do is probably crop it. So using that crop tool there, I'm going to crop it down to a square. It makes it easily shareable through social media. Hit enter. And then from here, I can go to File, Export, and then Export as. We're going to choose JPEG and then click Export. And then that's going to allow you to upload that to Google Classroom. So just remember, you have to see the face, at least partial face. It should, show some kind of thought or creativity. Don't just like randomly scribble a nonsense design, make it make sense. Okay. So either use the symmetry or use some kind of image, making it really match up to what the actual image is. Like this one here where you can't see his entire face, but you see part of it. Like I can, you get the idea, right? Where it's got that interesting spiral design to it. This one too, where it's the face is very clear, but the outside edge kind of looks like the sunburst, which I just thought worked really well with that image. So have some fun with it. If you do get stuck or have any questions, feel free to call me over. Otherwise, enjoy.